In this new version, we can now create an empty layer without any guide selected. When there are too many layers to display, you can make the UI bigger by clicking on the middle or large option on the top right. A button is also added to allow removing empty guide layers. In this version, if you right-click on a guide layer, you will have the option to rename the layer. Next, we will demonstrate how to use sets. Users can now add selected layers into a bigger group for easier organization of those layers. For this, we will split the braid strand into 3 layers. We can now control-click or shift-click on layers to select multiple layers at once. With layers selected, go to the bottom and pick a number, right-click to add selected layers into this set group. The set group will display in red if there is any layer in it. The more layers in a set, the more red it will become. Let's add the other 2 braid strands layers into another set. With multiple layers selected, we can now toggle the visibility and locks at once. There are 9 sets per description that we can add to. Clicking on the C button will clear all layer assignments to sets. A new guide info box has been added to allow users to easily tell which layers the selected guides are in. The info will take the last word separated by the underscores to pick up the name. If you want the full layer name displayed, rename the layers without any underscores. Next, if guides from another description are selected, the word alien will show up and the info box will turn red. We will not be able to create new guide layer or add selected guides into existing layers when this happens. When multiple guides are selected, it will show all the layer names those guides are current in. Another function added is to modify guide width and taper. Right-click on a layer, and go to Modify Guides. On top of the newly added set, this provides another layer of organization. With multiple layers selected, the adjustment will apply to all the guides in selected layers. I am creating another layer to make the guide thicker. If we add a guide into this layer, you can see the width and taper will be applied to the newly added guide as well. Removing guides from a layer, or deleting the guide layer will reset the guide width and taper back to Xgen default. I hope you will enjoy this new update. Happy grooming!